Hi, everyone there and everyone here. Welcome. It's Thursday night again, and I thought we'll talk about family friction, family conflict today. I touched the subject on a short video a few days ago, and there were a lot of comments and messages coming, so I thought I would go deeper into it. So to start with, it's a pretty serious matter, and we need to understand the role of the family. So we've chosen this family that we are born into. We already knew what the parents would be and what people before in the family are, who they are. So it's not a big surprise for us to be born into that environment. So one may say that we consciously chose this environment to be born into with the people that we need to either complete something karmically with or something to learn and something to teach. So that's really important. Family probably is the most important karmic dynamics for us. So it can't be easily dismissed because it's not by choice. It is at some level, but much deeper level. It is now by blood once we incarnate. So that honor has to always remain. And that is probably the reason why we are not comfortable and we feel isolated and feel alone when the family is not around us. So right family, good family, bad family, there is like some safety net, there's some comfort there. And so that's really important. So that kind of gives us security. That gives us security. We, of course, learn from the family too, and families have learned from their ancestors. So there's a passing on, not just of DNA, but knowledge and information. So we are completing some karmic pattern with them. That's why we chose this environment. So when we are going to follow our own call, do something in our life that may actually not be so approved or may be in contradiction with the family, it may actually be really important to talk to the family. So having a dialogue, very open dialogue. Sometimes there's a lot of fear of parents who are authoritative or older siblings, but it is really important to talk and be utterly honest that this is what you're planning, this is what you want to do, and this is why you want to do what you want to do. So that part is really important. And when that dialogue takes place, even though they are not approving of what you want to do, that's okay. But the dialogue is still essential. Another part about family is also where you try and understand where they're coming from. Like I said, you can't dismiss it, you can't ignore it, you can't reject it without first opening your mind to it and working with it. So it's really important to understand what are the parents saying? Why are they not approving? What is their reason behind this? Okay? And siblings. So it's really important to have this family dialogues in an open environment. Just understand where they're coming from. You can still do your own thing, but you need to understand why they're feeling that way. What is their reason behind it? And you need to understand also your reasons for wanting to do something that they are not ready to accept. So sometimes people, certain souls are born in a family, but they actually choose to do something utterly different. And they take on alternative lifestyles, they take on a spiritual path, and that's also really important then to discuss. Because what happens is when you understand your family totally and accepting them as they are, there's a new energy, new wisdom that can emerge from that. So from your point of view and from their point of view, sometimes there's a bridge. You can actually bridge the gap. So it's very important to do that. When you understand your calling, so the second step is understand really deeply your calling. Why do you want to do what you're willing to do? And what is the cost? What will it cost you to do that? So to take that action. So that's really important too. And now if you're really committed to it, and if you're ready to pay the price, that means your family is not approving, then you have to be able to stand alone. So we do need that stamina, we need that willpower, that courage, that strength, that strong emotions and a strong nervous system. Because I'll tell you what, if the family doesn't, if family boycotts you or they do not approve, it's really harsh. There's suffering. None of us have been able to escape that suffering. Are actually a root insecurity and unsafety comes from when we are not comfortable in our family environment. And you can see healthy families create healthy minds. You can see it. But when there is a dysfunction, sometimes we choose actually parents or somebody who could be dysfunctional. There's also a learning in that. You learn partly not to be that. You also learn to be compassionate. You also learn to be ruthless. So either sometimes you're following the family trade or you're working again. You don't want to follow. Either way, you need to understand the dynamics. When you understand the dynamics, you create a beautiful design, a bridge work between you and them. Even though you're not with them, you're able to still hold that connection in their absence. So you're not going to feel insecure and isolated and alone. So it's really important to honor that part. Coming back to you, having to choose your own call. Once you've chosen what is passionate or what you're driven to do, and to say if it's not approved by family, you can spend some time understanding why it was not important for them, but it is very important that you don't wait till they understand, because that also is hard on you then. So it's you regret then, why didn't you take this action earlier? Why you waited so long? How you've missed the boat? And then you start to put the blame on them. So it's very important that if you are centered in your decision, you know it exactly what you're going to do, then you follow your calling after you've dealt with them. Now, when you follow your calling, your desire should be to establish a new network with what you're going to do. So it's not always important to remain with the family you're born with. You can actually shift that if you need to, if the circumstances call for. But then somewhere create a family environment with friends and other people. So family meaning just a deeper commitment. It's not just a hello, hi. It's a deeper commitment. So somewhere actually duplicate that. So you can do it with friends, you can do it with colleagues, such as deeper engaging or deeper engagement with them. When you do that, you start to create your own world. Now you're not going to feel a loss. You're not going to feel like almost a dry leaf floating around in the winds. You will actually ground in your new environment. So your new environment of whatever you want to do has to be consciously created. It cannot just be abstract, random, just foofy. It should be thought out, it should be planned. And when you do it with this planning and mindfulness, you create very beautiful relationships just like you had with your family or similar type of dynamics. And that's a very healthy ground for you. That's a healthy space. In my case, I had a lot of problems being a female in India to divulge, to reveal what I wanted to do. Because obviously I knew it would not be understood, it would not be accepted, and I would be shut down very quickly. So I didn't try to convince them either for too long. I decided to hold the secret and then just do my own thing and shock them. With the result that a lot of relationships just came to a dead stop. And that haunted me most in my life. That incomplete relationships, it really cost a lot. I held this incompleteness in me for years till I was able to go back and make some sense with them. Half the people had died by this time, so that was a great loss. So my message is really important that please do not just hide behind your secrets. We are in a different age now. We are in a different time. They may not accept it, but you need to actually speak it. So have the courage and the boldness, and then be tough to follow your calling. But at the same time, just understand that there is a commitment through them, with them. So that's a really important message. So I just repeat myself again that walk away after you've done the work. And then once you walk away, don't look back. Don't keep looking back and keep waiting for them to join you, because maybe in this lifetime it'll never happen. So there's no point in waiting. There's no point in also waiting that one day they will understand you. They may, but you can't wait for that point. So it's really important you start building your new network, your new home, and then walk away and have the courage to stand alone till you build your new network. So much short message for family, but I felt it's really profound, and it saves us a lot of headaches if we can put some wisdom into our relationship and family dynamics. So good luck to all of you.